Good morning, dear students. Welcome to the subject School Leadership and Management A. This presentation is based on assignment 2018. I hope that you are aware with this and you are ready to write your assignments. So this subject, School Leadership and Management, is for two courses. For those who are doing Bachelor of Education honors degree, and those who are doing Bachelor of Education in senior primary. So as you know that for those who are doing honors degree in education, they are in year 1, second semester, and for those who are doing Bachelor of Education in senior primary, you are in year 4, semester 1. So I hope that even in your study guides you have similar outcomes, and in this case that's why questions you have about just similar assignments, but the way you will answer can be different, but just those are similar outcomes. So for you to prepare your assignment or to do your assignment for 2018, you need to read the study guide first. So you have to read the whole study guides for you to be familiar with the units and the topics and the objective of the subjects. So I hope that you are really serious with your study, and you want to achieve your objective at the end of your study. So welcome to this subject, School Leadership and Management, and I'm the tutor. I'm the one who set the assignment 2018, and I'm hoping that next year you will write examination based on the outcome which was asked in the assignment. So there's my name and my contact detail. To introduce you first to this subject, School Leadership and Management, I think that this subject is for the final year, for those who are exiting. So I hope that you have learned a lot through your studies from year 1 and up to now. So now you are about to go out there and provide educational services. So for you to do that, you need some leadership qualities in education. So that's why in this subject you will learn a lot about how to be a leader, how a leader should be. So in education system, for example, for those who want to be maybe the headmaster of the school and maybe head of department and several positions in the education system. So you need this knowledge to help you accelerate or achieve your objective when you are a principal or heading the section of education. In this unit, in this subject, this study guide are divided into 10 units. So we look at thoroughly through each unit for you just to have an idea what it's all about. So let's just simply start with the assignment format. So for you to write the assignment, there are rules and procedures that you need. So in my case, so I expect each and every one of you to type your assignment, okay? The assignment should be typed. So in Microsoft Word, I know that you are familiar with Microsoft Word, and so you did some computer studies or courses, and you are familiar with that. Please, as now you are a final year, for those, for example, for those who are doing a Bachelor of Education in senior primary, you are now in your final year. So I hope that you are familiar with Microsoft Word, and for those also are doing honors degree, so you are in your second year and you are in first semester, so I'm sure that also you are familiar with computers. So please, the assignment should be typed, because I always have problems for those who submit their assignment handwritten. So, you know, I have to struggle on how to read and all that, so which is not good. So in academically, so I think that it's better for you to type your assignment properly. So the format should look like this. The assignment should have a table of content. A table of content, for example, which includes, for example, the introduction of the assignment, and also which includes, for example, you can put, yes, question 1, question 2, question 3. So in which page should I find question 1? In which page should I find question 2? So and so on. And also reference should be included on the table of content. So, and also the assignment should include introduction. What is this assignment all about? So you are given assignment based on school leadership and management. Yes, you can go through the question, and from there you can write an introduction. So these assignments about this, and I'm asked to find these certain solutions and so on. So that is about introduction, what you are supposed to do or you are going to do in your assignment. So that is also should be included. And page numbering, so you should number your pages. So if, for example, your assignment has got 10 pages, so you should insert in pages. So you know when you type in Microsoft Word, so all the features, so you will be able to use Microsoft feature on how to insert in page numbering. So it should consist of page numbering, not just the papers being stapled together and without page numbers. So I think it's for the academic purpose and to look professional, you must do your assignment appropriately or as requested. And also you can add some headings throughout your assignment. For example, headings, I mean here, there are some questions, for example, maybe question 1, question 2, question 3. So when you answer question 1, then you go to question 2. So you have to state this is question 2, okay? That's what you're supposed to do, so that for me to know this is now you are answering question 2, and later on when you are done, you go to question 2 and bold, okay? You have to bold it and underline the headings. Then conclusion, after that, you have simply, briefly, just in short, to combine everything that you have written in your assignment. So I hope that you know how to write a conclusion, not that a big page summary, but simply to summarize a few altogether in few statements what you have written and the purpose of your assignment. For example, what is the final solution to your assignment? And the reference to this about where you obtain the materials or the information for you to use it in the assignment. For example, the reference you can also state for the assignment. I mean, you can state the study guides, okay, which you are using. Okay, I know that you have the materials for this course. I'm sure that you have it. So you have to state where you obtain your information. So if you read any other extra books that helped you to answer the assignment, you must also state there. They also either use the internet, and also the reference, you must state the reference. They put them also in order. Okay, reference 1, reference 2, reference 3, and so on. Yeah, at least better if you can put the reference maybe 3 or 4. Okay, it can be better. So these are the formats, and so it looks academic if you follow this way. And also you make sure that I will make it in a such way that marks also should be awarded based on the format of your assignment. Okay, it should look nice and in academic format, not just you take the paper and you write handwritten, and so that doesn't look good. please, the assignment should be typed in Microsoft Word. This subject, School Leadership and Management A, has gone assessment policy. I'm sure that you are familiar with in your first year and so on. What is needed from you. The assessment procedure is that these subjects consist of one assignment, which I'm now representing. So this is, the assignment consists of 120 marks. Okay, this is 120 marks because it is about 12 credit. So that is called an assessment, CA, continuous assessment. And for you to qualify to write the examination, at least you have to pass the assignment with 50%. Okay, 50% of 120 marks is 60. You at least need to have 60 out of 120 for you to be admitted to write the examination. So this is the procedure and the assessment policy for this subject. So that's why you need to be carefully how you should answer your assignment and how you should structure your assignment for you to get better marks in order to qualify for the examination. You know that if you won't qualify for the examination, which means that you have to wait again, okay? So another extra year, which is difficult. So you better just do your work properly and efficiently for you to save time. I can also just tell you thoroughly on about examination. So this subject, after you have qualified for the examination, after getting 50% of the assignment, which means your examination will have 2 hours, 30 minutes, 2 hours, 30 minutes. So that is the duration, examination duration for this subject. So now, which means that there are some procedures on how to calculate your final marks, okay? There you will need to have 60% of the examination and 40% of the assessment of continuous assessment marks. That is what it is consist of. For example, that just here, I think that you know, in the exam, you will need 60%, which means because in the exam also you will write 120 marks, and that marks should be converted into 6%, and CA, which means the assignment, is 40%. So which means now that I will get 6% for the examination plus 40% for the continuous assessment, and which is 100%. Okay, so this is very much important. You have to take note of that. Examination takes more weight than the CA. So that is why you have to be to know most of the content and the learning outcome for the examination, for you to get good marks at the end of the examination. Let us now look at the course learning outcome, what you are supposed to know, which means upon completion of this module, you should be able to know this. You should be able to discuss the cultivation of culture of learning and teaching. So this is Unit 1. As I said, this subject, School Leadership and Management A, consists of 10 units. And each unit has got outcomes, what is expected from you. So I just took the units there, and you have to know most of the learning outcome for each unit. So Unit 1, you will read more about discussion, or you will discuss at the end of reading this module. You should be able to be competent enough to discuss the cultivation of culture of learning and teaching. So in this unit, you will learn about the organization culture. For example, how school should be. Okay, how school should be. For example, in a classroom, okay, in a learning environment. So there are procedures, for example, discipline. Learners should be disciplined, and also teachers should be disciplined, and also the principal should focus on the school objective. So most of the information you will get in this unit. So how to achieve school objective is to accelerate education. And also in Unit 2, you will be able to explain the characteristic of the ideal school culture and climate. So that is the characteristic, how the school culture is. Are there, for example, are there cooperation among the principal and teachers? Are there cooperation among learners and teachers? And what are the what characteristic that the school can show that it has the culture of learning? And also here, Unit 3, you learn about analyze organizational conflicts and how to deal with it. So as a leader, you learn how to solve conflicts in working environment. Like how to solve, for example, maybe teachers, they don't understand each other, and maybe learners, they don't understand each other. So how should cultivate it? So how should come up in such a way that teachers and learners are able to cooperate, and you yourself and with teachers also you are able to cooperate for you to run the school successfully. So you learn different techniques on how you should solve problems. So this school leadership and management, it will equip you some quality or skills that you will use in solving problems. And also you will learn, you are able to know or to discuss the nature and way to manage change in schools. So you know that there are many changes that need to take place in schools. For example, there might be change in curriculum, there might be change in staff, there might be in many changes. So how can teachers manage to cope change? How they should change? How, if they are new, for example, there are new procedures of assessment or there are new system of education, how they should manage change in schools. And explain the nature and ways of managing stress in schools. And here in this unity, you will learn more about, you know that teachers, you have also some stress at some points. And in this unity, it will teach you or equip you with some knowledge how you should handle the stress. So you will explain what is the stress, the term stress, and what causes stress, and how you should handle stress. So is that stress also important? So is that important that you need also to have some stress in a work environment? Okay, all this, and what causes of stress? Okay, you will learn more about what is this. For example, maybe the decrease of maybe salary, or maybe one teacher has got maybe in a class of 50 or 60 learners. So all those can cause stress, and how you should manage that teacher-learners ratio, and so on. Maybe also salary, maybe you negotiate with the government to increase your salary, but the government is not increasing your salary. That's also stress. So how should you deal with that stress? So in this unity, you learn more about how to avoid or how to manage your stress, which means at the end of this module, you'll be able to explain the nature and ways of managing stress in schools. You will also need to, you will be able also to explain educational leadership and management tasks in school. So what are the difference between a leader and a manager? So you learn some difference of a leader and a manager, and how you should manage as a leader. When we talk about school leadership, as a school leadership, okay, you lead and you manage. But you will be able also to differentiate the characteristic of a leader and the characteristic of a manager. So in this way, in this unity, you will learn more. At the end of the unity, you will learn more. You are able to understand, or you will be able to explain the educational leadership and the management in schools. And also, you learn more about discuss of visualizing and planning in schools. And you will be able also to learn about explaining problem solving and decision making skills, so in these subjects. And also you will learn more about how to evaluate activities of organizing, delegating, and controlling in schools. And also you will learn more and able to discuss about motivational function of leaders in schools. So all these important, very sounding and interesting knowledge and topic, you learn them in school leadership. In short, you learn more on how to solve problems, and also you making a proper decision for you to achieve success in your school. And you will be able to organize activities in your school. And also you are able to organize and control the schools in such a manner that the school must have a success. And you learn as a leader how you should motivate learners, how you should motivate teachers, how you should motivate the community. All this you will learn in this subject, school leadership and management. So in general, I will also post some of the main point of the notes. So at student portal, so you are able to also, the notes also will help you to understand the material better. And let us now look at on the verbs. And so it's very much important to know these verbs. Verbs are very much important in answering questions. For example, maybe you will be asked to discuss or describe the characteristic of a school with poor leadership. Okay, with poor leadership. So you have to understand what does the term discuss, what does the term to describe. So here, for example, let's just look at in a few terms, for example, to analyze. You know that we made I made in such a way that verbs also play a role on marks allocation. For example, discuss, maybe it has been, maybe it is 10 marks, or compare, maybe it has 16 marks. So what does it mean to analyze? To analyze means you must examine information in detail, into more detail. You have to look at on the concept and get deeper into detail. You analyze and go into more, and then discover what is the main idea around this concept or components. So you should show more, you should go deeper and explain the main important or how the components are related. That is what we come to analyze. And to calculate, also this is about numbers. And so I don't think that then some question which focus on how to calculate, and also, yes, comment. You know that comments is you must give a comment on certain facts. For example, you must discuss or explain briefly about the subject matter given to you in a positive way. You must, or a negative points. And also compare. Compare, we know that when you talk about, when the question asked about you to compare, which means you have either to compare the similarities or the difference of two things together. For example, compare the school which has poor leadership and which has quality leadership. That's you must now compare. Okay, you must look at good quality and poor quality, which means positive and negative. You have to compare those two. and the contract show things are different or opposite regarding a particular criteria. That is how to contract. And then criticize, which means you were given point, then you should, you were given a suggestion or a point, so you have to look at it, and then you have, based on your judgment, so you have to give your idea on how do you, why do you think this fact is like this in such a way, which means you give a reasonable judgment of something after careful weighing a fact or informations, which means you must provide a positive and a negative points on the fact. And also the term deduce, which means you must use the information provided, reference on how law, principle, or context to come to a conclusion after reasoning about it, and also define just to also to explain into more detail the meaning of the word or the meaning of the term, and also demonstrate, which means you have to perform, okay, to show with examples. You explain and give example. You have to demonstrate how the things works or how the things look like, and come into a conclusion. That is how to demonstrate means. So that was just a summary or short explanation of about our assignment. So it is very much important that this tutorial is not basically based on the whole content of the syllabi, since we don't have time to discuss each point, but in short, I just gave you how you should write your assignment. Okay, the main important is the assignment format, and the assignment should be typed in the academic way, and should give reference, introduction, and put in page number. So that is the main, and also you have to answer the questions based on the table, based on the verbs provided. If it is discuss, you have to discuss more into detail. If it is give the characteristic, you have to explain more how some things look like and how it should be. And all those differentiate, compare, analyze, criticize, and so on. So understand the verbs, and then you should know how you should answer for you to obtain good full marks. So dear students, I thank you very much for paying the attention, and I hope that you will answer the assignment appropriately. And the assignment consists of 120 marks, and you make sure that you must get 60 out of 120 marks for you to get 50%, to allow you to qualify for the examination, because you need to have 50% CA for you to sit for examination. That is very much important. And please, I wish that I wish you all the best, and read the study guide. There are 10 units. Unit 1 talks more about the characteristic of school as an organization. Okay, how we should recognize that the school has good quality leadership, and how we should recognize the school that has a poor leadership. Okay, you should know that, the school which has poor leadership, poor attendance, you will get the facility of the school is just collapsing, and so on. And the school which has good quality of leadership, good success, like higher pass rate, and the facilities are good, and teachers are in the mood of teaching, and learners are always on time to the class, and so on. So those are the more detail you will get in the study guides, because we don't have time to discuss each basic outcome and so on. So this is just how to highlight how you should do your assignment, and how many units in this subject. So I thank you very much, and keep on doing the good work.